G'day, I'm Ray here and you're watching Moto NZ. Let's talk boots. So these are my old Fox motocross boots. I call them motocross boots. I use them for trail riding and pretty much anything that required hard off-road riding that I needed a bit of protection around the ankle for. They're a high boot. They go, just below the knee, which is great. They are the Comp 5, I believe. Yep, Comp 5s, and I've had them for the best part of 5 to 6 years. They did pretty well, not bad. My only complaint about these boots was that they kept all the water out, but any sweat stayed in. So they're not breathable. They are waterproof, but not breathable. Also, although they go halfway, well, most of the way up to your knee, the cuff here only went, half that height. So if you go in any puddles that are higher than that, water's going to go in, and they seem to just soak up all the moisture and stay wet for a very long time. That was my only complaint about these boots. Otherwise, all the clips are still intact. I haven't had to replace the clips or anything. There's still heaps of meat left on the sole there. Everything held together. And the only reason that I now need to replace these is we've had a bit of a blowout. So what happened was the glue in the sole, the side here came away from the sole, and this happened about late last year. I kept wearing them, kept riding in them, and then the last ride, the Judd's Farm ride, I caught my heel on the peg and my toe on a rock, and it bent the whole boot and just had this massive blowout down the side. So the old Comp 5s from Fox need to be replaced. Here's a prime example of what they've been up to. The sole is still good, but for riding around on serrated pegs of a motorcycle for 5 years, that's the damage that's happened. So you can't really complain about that. Anyway, Comp 5s, done with. I can't use them anymore with that massive blowout on the side. So I talked to the new distributor of Fox in New Zealand, and they said, yeah, absolutely, we'll send you some new boots. And while we're at it, we'll send you a full kit, including a helmet as well. Can't complain with that. So let's have a look at the new boots from Fox. So the Fox distributor said, what boots do you want? Sent me a list, and these are what I went with. The Motion boot, size 12, and colour is ash. If you want to see the lineup of gear from Fox, go to foxracing.co.nz for New Zealand, or just Google Fox Racing for whatever country you're in. Motion Hello Future boot in ash. Let's get them out and have a look. All right, here we go. I really like these. I think the color scheme is absolutely outstanding. So we've got the standard 4-clip, the same as what I had in the Comp 5s. We've got a little more of a it's probably more of a motocross style sole. It's not going to give me massive grip off-road, but I think it'll be okay for the sort of stuff that I'm doing. I like the color scheme. It's this kind of pastel blue with purple fox, and these clips have tiny little foxes on them as well, the Fox logo. So the clips are a slightly redesign from what they were on the Comp 5s. So you've got the section that goes inside the clasp, and then you ram the clasp home. That's an upgrade over what I had on the Comp 5s, because once you've got a bit of mud in them, sometimes when you're in the rough stuff, they can flick open and be hard to close again. So I think that is a massive upgrade over the previous boots. And well, the design on them, I don't really want it getting dirty. So that is the Fox Motion Hello Future in ash. So I'll stick them over here. We'll see what else they've sent us. Probably stands to reason that we work from the bottom up. So we've got the standard Fox motocross pants. The colour I went with was 180 Air Haze. They come with the little foam hip pads in there, and a very simple zip up fly and ratchet around the top. There's also a bead of silicone around the top to keep them in place, and loads of ventilation and space in the knee if you're going to wear massive knee braces and that sort of thing as well. That's the top, same design, perforated, quick dry, loads of airflow through that top as well. And then the last piece of the ensemble, the helmet. Now, I don't usually go for a matchy-matchy helmet boots combo. You will notice that the pants and top that I picked don't necessarily match the boots as well. But it just happened in this scenario, in this setup. So we've gone with the Fox V1, and the colour scheme we've chosen here is just Hello Future in black. I really quite like this. Kind of matches the boots. We've got these tan panels here, quite a sparkly fleck, dark across the top, and little bits of purple and blue throughout the design, with a massive Hello Future across the top. It's so shiny, I don't want to get it dirty. I suppose the next thing you want to see is what it actually looks like altogether, right? So stand by. There we go. Helmet, comfortable, firm, heaps of ventilation through this massive port in the front here. One thing I didn't mention about the helmet is it is MIPS and ECE 22.06 standard as well as DOT, so great for most countries, nice and safe. Got the visor up here, heaps of room in the ears for me to install a helmet kit if I choose to. Otherwise, good fit. Lots of ventilation, heaps of stretch, heaps of movement, no restrictions, and I've got the Pod K8 knee braces on under the pants as well. So feeling good, actually able to move really comfortably in the gear. A little bit of squeak, but that's to be expected when it's brand new. Another feature of the Fox V1 helmet, we've got the double D fastening, which, you know, some people love it, some people hate it. I think it's more secure than the clips, although it does take more time to do up. We've also got the removable and washable hypoallergenic lining. So let's talk about the boots. We've got the 3 or 4 clips down the side. Each clip has an adjustment, and then you pop it through there, push it down, and you're clipped in. Now you could probably potentially catch that on a rock, but it's pretty hard to flick open, and then when you do, it's quite easy to close again. Now, as I say, with the old boots, I never had a problem with needing to replace these, so let's hope they stand up to some abuse, eh? Now there's heaps of adjustment in these straps. I've actually got the K8 knee braces right down to about here. There's heaps of ventilation as well, and there's loads of room in the pants to get those knee braces in there. Now we've got these leather panels on the insides, good for gripping onto the bike with my knees. And we do actually have a hinge, which makes it a little bit more comfortable to walk in. Probably work better if I had a clip done up. So that's why there's a little bit of squeak in these boots, because there's a hinge. But otherwise, actually feeling really comfortable. And for the first time in a long time, the pods, they're kind of being held in place in the bottom here by their straps, but also by the boots. So quite comfortable, quite good. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm liking this. Now, if only I could go for a ride. I have to wait for the weekend. So what is there left to say? Hello Future. Thank you very much, Fox, for coming to the party and hooking me up with all this gear. It looks great now. I can't wait to get it dirty. Got any questions? Chuck them in the comments box below. Otherwise, we'll catch you on the trails. Hooroo.